What do they want to say to you? I'm hearing that they want to say that they don't know who they are. And they have never known who they are. They've always been whatever has given them the most applause or approval. And they kind of created something that felt comfortable to them but boring. And just became easy for them to pretend to be that person. And along the way, they didn't realize it wasn't who they really were or even wanted to be or aspired to be. But they find it so hard at times to get out of that persona because they don't know who else to be. They feel like everyone else has been taken. If they try to do something else, then that will feel like a fraud, and that will feel incongruent to the people around them here. There's a lot of regret because I feel like the reason why they're not talking to you is because you're so unique. Because you're so different and because you don't care. It's not just about the way you look or the way you dress. It's what you say. It's how you've experienced your life. It's how your life has been. It's been so many different things that you can't help but stand out. And it brings you success, but it's also brought you a lot of pain in your life. And for them, they didn't want to stand, they wanted to stand out, but they wanted to stand out in a way that was always going to be approved. And they did a good job of it. But now I'm hearing that they're changing. They're wanting to change and be the best person that they are for themselves and do the things that they enjoy because they feel like life is too short. You know, there's divine timing with things and you came into their life for a reason here. And the silence is them trying to figure it out and they feel trapped. They feel stuck that they can't be with you or they can't be that person because they love you. They want to be that person for you that they feel like you know they can be. They found out who they were through you, not by your mirroring your personality, by the questions you asked, by the love that you shared, by the comfort that you gave and the warmth. They dropped their walls down because of that. And it was scary for them because not only did they feel comfortable, but they were learning something new about themselves. They're like, this is me. Is this me? Is this me trying to pretend to be someone else to impress them? Or is this me, wanting to be just something different, but they realized like it was them and they liked that person or they're trying to like that person because they feel comfortable with this person that they are, that you brought out of them. You know, someone who doesn't go as slow, someone who speeds things up, someone who is a bit more impulsive here about things, is more spiritual, is more vocal. It's not like they were a fake person all the time, but they became fake. They put layers and masks. Years and years went by and so much was expected of them in the roles that they had and responsibilities. If they have, some of them, they're self-employed or they are in charge of something, they're a lead of something. So they've had to really keep a straight face and be the responsible one. And they've made a lot of big mistakes because of that. And they're mad at themselves because they're like, you know what? I should have just realized I wasn't the person for the job for certain things that they did in their life, that they hurt other people or they disappointed people. But like, because they're apologizing, they're sorry, but there's just so much intensity and with this connection, and they really wish that they could be physically close to you more than ever. They never thought that they would be thinking that as much, but they really just want to be their best self first. And that's why they're not coming towards you, because they won't feel good until they become someone that they feel good about and they know that you would approve. And they're saying, without stepping into the trap of people pleasing again and trying to morph into something that's palatable. So it's like you really helped them believe in themselves and make boundaries. They didn't have these boundaries before, and they didn't, they felt like they were just like this like mold or template of what a leader should be. And they had all the qualities on the surface, physically, mentally, emotionally, but when it came down to it, they weren't exercising them. They were kind of like not taking things as seriously. They wanted people to like them, so they let people walk all over them a bit. They didn't listen to their own nervous system at times. They weren't taught about that, and they didn't speak up when they should have spoken up. And they spoke up for people that ended up stabbing them in the back at the end of the day. So they're very regretful of that here, and they don't see there's been so many obstacles here that they tried to keep things like more casual, but they realize that like you are someone who really brings out the best in them, like a twin flame, you know. So it at times you annoyed them or frustrated them, but it's only because they're awakening spiritually now here, and they want to give you the stability you deserve, because they realize that the other friendships they had and those people, they didn't deserve those second chances that they gave. And with you, they were so they retreated so fast and were so cold about it, because they were able to be so vulnerable about how they weren't happy with the life that they had now. And it scared them, because they realized if they really fully expressed that they weren't happy with who they are, how people saw them, and what the responsibilities they had felt like burdens to them, you know, and it started to make them feel very unhappy, you know. So they decided that they'll just say that you guys are on different pages so that you'll walk away, or maybe they did something to hurt you on purpose a little bit, or maybe not on purpose a little bit, but they didn't correct it here. And because they're scared. They were scared and they were in denial. They see that there's so much passion. They see that this is so faded. They see signs of you everywhere all the time. This distance is really bringing clarity to them. They realize that you will, like, you're serious this time. You know, you really will, or maybe already have walked away. And if you have walked away here, they thank you for they thank you for your patience. Because they know it wasn't easy. Because they were still trying to figure out who they were. Because they were going with the crowd and keeping you secret, but really they were keeping themselves secret too. Because it really wasn't you. You're okay with who you are and how things were. They weren't happy with themselves and who they were. But they didn't really like the people around them or connect with them the way that they connected with you. So it's like it was hard for them to leave you here, but they're leaving. Because they're not happy. Like, at one point, maybe they were happy and okay with skating by and being the person everyone wanted them to be. But now they're not happy, and they're not getting the payoff that they did before either. It's just a lot of responsibilities and stuff. So there is some immaturity in ways, but then in ways they're also like, yeah, I need to be happy. I deserve to be happy too. I'm not going to, and this doesn't make me happy anymore. Maybe people told them that a certain things or certain people would make them happy, should make them happy, but they realized that no, it hurt them and betrayed them, and they felt like they kept on getting hurt and stabbed in the back, and they're like, oh, I feel like this is karma for how they treated you. They were really getting done dirty. Things started not working out very well, and they can't sleep all at night because they know they've kind of made you feel like thrown out into the cold here. So they want to come towards you here. They're working hard. They see that you're working hard. They see that they're really proud of you, and they wish that they could communicate more, but they really just don't even know how to. But they do really feel like prosperous with you here. So Spirit, what do you have to say? Spirit's saying, like, either way, see the beauty in it. Speak up about what you need to say and how you feel here. Don't delay on that. And continue to believe in yourself here and practice patience with yourself, because you're really good at doing it for other people, but you have to do it for yourself too. So if you don't immediately jump into their arms when they come around you, that is okay. If you still like them, that is okay too. And if you do jump in their arms, that's okay too. Listen to your heart and know that you deserve like happiness and joy. And you're going to figure it out along the way, just like everyone else has to, you know, everyone has to. So don't be too hard on yourself. So if you enjoyed this message, make sure you follow, make sure you like, and throw down a flower and put, I'm ready to stop and smell the flowers, because you deserve it. If you'd like a private reading, check out my pinned post on top of my profile and join me on lives. I do reduced rate reads there as well and have specials often, so check that out. Ciao.